This is the Civilization 4 NLL. Hello and welcome to the Noble Leaders League. I am Kjotleik. This is the first game in the first division, round 11, between Catherine and Pacal II. And this is an important game for both of them. Catherine, 15th, with 7 points in 1-1-3 form, and she just got herself out of the bottom 3 by winning at Hannibal round 10. Before that, she had no wins in 6 games. Pacal II is rock bottom, 4 points, 0-1-4 form. He drew hosting Pericles round 10, but he has no wins in his last 6 games. This is the starting position of Catherine. The resource bubbles on for a moment. Riverside, there is fish down here, there is fish up here, also some sugar, bananas, some coal, some more bananas, we see wheat over here, and we see some oil, and also some more wheat over there. Starting continent is here in the east. Pacal II starts down here on the east coast. Riverside, pigs, copper, stone, clams, and some fish out here, and another river over here. Let's get this game rolling to see who is going to get the best start and who is eventually going to win it. Catherine versus Pacal II. Pacal II is of course in a much worse situation than Catherine. He needs a win just to close the gap to 1 point, while Catherine needs the win to get a little bit of distance between herself and the relegation zone. Catherine on 3 cities, Pacal II also on 3 now, but Catherine was first to 4, Catherine was first to 3, Pacal is first to 4, and Pacal II and Catherine have approximately the same score. Catherine a little bit weaker than Pacal. Catherine on 5 cities, Pacal also on 5, Pacal first to 6. And Catherine 0.8 the strength, they have touching borders. Pacal is expanding into the mini-continent down south of the starting continent. 6 cities each. Pacal II is pleased with Catherine. That is not a sign Pacal II fans wants to see, remembering how he has lost most of his games this season. Pacal II on 9 cities, Catherine on 9 as well. They are in different religions. Catherine is getting theology. Maybe she has some plans here. Turn 174 now. 11 cities Catherine, 12 cities Catherine, as she is expanding down into the continents to the south of the starting continent. The same does Pacal II though, 12 cities each. Engineering for Pacal. Catherine is now going code of laws. Education next Pacal. Catherine down to 0.8 the strength, so Pacal II is a little bit stronger. 13 cities to 12. Liberalism next for Pacal. Turn 197 now. And Pacal is first to liberalism, now going astronomy, Pacal II. And he's friendly towards Catherine, and we have seen this before. Catherine is on engineering, Pacal is on guilds. I wonder if Catherine has built the Apostolic Palace. Let's find out what is happening here then. Turn 220, 16 cities Pacal II, 13 to Catherine. Catherine on civil service onto philosophy. Pacal II is getting constitution and into economics. Catherine 0.7 the strength to Pacal as well. And 18 cities to 13. Pacal is expanding better than Catherine, so at least he's going to get a positive score turn difference from the game, but that doesn't matter if he is not going to win it. And Pacal 20 cities now, Catherine on 13. And I haven't seen the Apostolic Palace built, but it may have been built, I don't really know. If it is, then Catherine could have been the one building it, I don't know. 22 cities to 13. Pacal II. There is the Taj Mahal being built, 23 cities to 13. Catherine still only 0.8 the strength to Pacal II. Up to 14 cities now, Pacal with 23 going physics. Scientific method for Catherine now, into physics herself. And now Catherine ending her golden age. Turn 265, 24 to 15, 25 to 15 is the city count. Pacal II is still very friendly towards Catherine though. Still very friendly. Catherine on gunpowder. Pacal II getting his military science. Catherine on replaceable parts. Probably going into rifling after that. 16 cities for Catherine. Both of them on replaceable parts by the way. And Catherine of course going rifling. The same for Pacal II. Turn 278. 28 cities to 16. Pacal II in the lead in score, lead in city count, but they are equal in strength. And next is Catherine Education and Pacal II going steam power. Turn 286, 287 as the turns go by. Perhaps they are starting to use spies, so their relationship will perhaps not be friendly all game long. But there is still a possibility, a good possibility, that anyone that tries to win Diplo here could do it. 29 cities to 17 though. Pacal II, he is a little bit stronger than Catherine only. Going for railroads now, turn 298 is here. Coming up on turn 300 soon, there is 300. 30 cities for Pacal II, 30 cities versus Catherine's 17. And Pacal, this is an important game, and I would have been more confident in you winning it had you not been friendly towards Catherine, but we see that yellow smiling face. That is always a risk for Pacal II. He could lose the game at any moment if he votes for Catherine to win Diplo. So we would probably want to see that smiley yellow face not be there anymore. 31 cities Pacal II, 17 cities Catherine, turn 314, 315. Railroads in 2 for Catherine, while electricity comes from Pacal II now, and we have the privateers on the scene of course. 31 cities to 17, radio for Pacal II, assembly line Catherine now. Turn 322, 323, 31 cities to 17, has been that way for a very long time. There is no more land to expand into. The only way to change that is either to culturally overtake cities or to take them by war. Catherine is going electricity, Pacal II mass media. I wonder if Pacal II may be wanting to go space or culture now. Both of them on industrialism though. Turn 333. 31 cities to 17, Pacal II now going plastics the same with Catherine, and I don't see Catherine trying to go for culture. She hasn't touched that slider, she is going research all the time, and the same with Pacal II. This could be a space race that we have on our hands right now. That is a very good possibility here, with Pacal II getting plastics here, and Catherine getting it just a few turns behind, and biology next for Pacal. And he is teching still, so he's not stopping his teching. And Catherine, will she continue to tech though? Medicine next for Pacal. There are successful espionage missions going on as well. And Catherine is going artillery, and this has lasted for almost 350 turns now. Both of them getting artillery on the same turn, turn 350 now. Rocketry for Pacal II, Catherine is going radio. Catherine is going radio, she is 0.9 the strength of Pacal II, so Pacal II with a lot more score. But Catherine is almost equal in strength. She is equal in strength with Pacal II, even though she has a lot fewer cities. Refrigeration for Pacal II now, rocketry Catherine in soon. And we have a war! There is a war! Pacal II dropped from friendly to cautious almost immediately. I'm sure that must have been Catherine attacking. Now 30 cities Pacal II, 18 cities Catherine, and Pacal is going computers, Catherine is going mass media. We are at turn 364, 29 to 19. It's Catherine grabbing cities off of Pacal II. Catherine is trying to get a comeback here in number of cities so that she can go on to win the game. She has 19 now, Pacal II 29, and he has been losing cities, and Catherine is up to 21 and Pacal is down to 27. Catherine 1.1 times the strength of Pacal II, and she's going for fission, and Pacal II doesn't seem to be able to defend himself, even though he has a lot more cities. He doesn't seem to be capable of getting his military powers up. It looks that way to me, that Catherine is now attacking and both of them are going for flight. Now we have the peace, and Pacal II is up to pleased again, 26 cities to 22. Catherine did win that war by a lot of cities. And now Catherine, 22 cities. Is she going to attack once the peace treaty is up? Is she going to attack again? 26 cities to 22, with Pacal going fission, Catherine going robotics. What's going to happen in this game now? Pacal II, he is still pleased with Catherine, which is incredible. There is some... Catherine has completed the Apollo program though. We see that turn 394. It could still be a space race on the cards here, going superconductors, while satellites is next for Pacal II, turn 398. This is such an important game to win for both leaders. It's a battle to avoid relegation for sure. Especially for Pacal II, because he is 3 points behind the 3 leaders just above him in the table. 26 to 22 cities now, Pacal II, but Pacal lost the war that was going on. Now they are both getting fiber optics, and Pacal II has completed the spaceship life support. So this is a space race now. Pacal II, if you can win it, you will close the gap up to Catherine to only 1 point. Just take a look at the league table to the left of the screen and you will see and understand how important this game is for both of them. But especially Pacal II, of course, to create some excitement and to have a hope fusion for both of them now. For Pacal II to have hopes of actually surviving this season, this is such an important game. And there is a revolt, and Chichen Itza has revolted to join the Mayan Empire, so we got the city back from cultural pressure. Pacal II now up to 27 cities to Catherine's 21. Successful espionage mission, and Catherine has completed the spaceship thruster. Pacal II is on lasers, Catherine is on ecology, standard ethanol. That is Catherine that has incorporated standard ethanol. 27 cities to 21 going superconductors now. Pacal II. What is Catherine doing then? Catherine turned 423 here. Catherine is going genetics. And 27 to 21 is the city count. Pacal II now. What is your next move? Catherine is equal in strength with Pacal II though, so I don't think that it's impossible for her to go to war again. She was so successful last time, both of them going in genetics by the way, and espionage mission undertaken successfully. That could be Catherine trying to sabotage Pacal II's spaceship parts, and she has been successful with a couple of espionage missions, so maybe she is doing just that. With 71 turns left of the game, that could be the way for her to win it actually. It could be a way for Catherine to win it. Pacal II now. 27 cities to 21, going composites, getting that in 6 turns. Catherine is trying to go advanced flight. Turn 4, 35. Composites for Pacal, advanced flight for Catherine. And Pacal, what are you doing? State property, is that it? Maybe. I thought that was what I saw. I'm not 100% certain. But Mining Inc. and Sid Sushi is here. A lot of corporations. Pacal is going advanced flights as well as Catherine is going composites. And 27 cities to 21 with 58 turns left of the game. Turn 443 now with 57 turns left. Will it be a space race victory in time? Pacal completes the spaceship thrusters at least. And he is on stealth. He is on stealth and Catherine is on stealth as well. Let's see, turn 446 now. Pacal has completed another spaceship thruster. The question now, can he launch in time? Or will Catherine even launch before him? Pacal II is on future tech though. He is now on future tech. We have to pay attention to the spaceship parts and whether he can launch the spaceship before time runs out. Pacal has completed another spaceship thrusters. How close is he to the other spaceship parts now? And how many of them has Catherine been able to sabotage? She could be using her spies to save herself a point right now, because with 48 turns left, I'm not so sure Catherine is going to get to space in time herself, but she is on future tech as well, so maybe she can. 46 turns left. Who can launch the spaceship first? Who can launch the spaceship first? And who can get it off to landing at Alpha Centauri first? 44 turns left. Catherine versus Pacal II. This could be a defining moment in the season for both of them. especially Pacal II. If you can win this one, you will have only 1 point up to Catherine at least. And with Mansa Musa, Catherine completes the docking bay. And with Saladin and Mansa Musa also on 7, same points as Catherine. This could be so important for Pacal to get the 2 points, but this is a race. It is by no means certain that he will get it. Pacal has completed the spaceship casing, but we know Catherine is in the race as well. Catherine could very well take this win away from him. Pacal has completed the spaceship engine though, and he has completed another spaceship casing, 32 turns left, and Pacal completes the spaceship casing with 31 turns. Oh my, 30 turns left. Pacal has completed another spaceship casing with 29 turns left, but will he launch in time for this to be a win? We have a time limit here. Catherine completes the life support. Catherine has completed the life support with 27 turns left now, and Catherine is in the race for sure. Who is going to launch? I don't know, I haven't seen any launches. Catherine completes the spaceship casing though. Turn 475 now, 25 turns left. They need to launch in the not too distant future. Pacal has completed another spaceship thruster, and Pacal has launched! Pacal has launched! Pacal has launched! Pacal has launched! He built the stasis chamber and he launched the spaceship. Catherine, now you are heading for a loss. Pacal II could be winning the game and closing the gap up to Catherine to only 1 point. We have 21 turns left of the game, and Pacal has launched the spaceship. He is going to be successful in getting his 2 points. And there Catherine has launched as well, and she is on her way to victory, it says. 9 turns to victory. But is that true? Is that true? Is that true? Is Pacal going to land first? Or did Pacal send up the ship without enough parts? Is he going to be too slow? Will this be Pacal or will it be Catherine? I know that Pacal II has also launched the spaceship, but the fact remains, it says 5 turns to victory on the screen. Does that mean that Catherine is going to land before Pacal? No, it isn't. It doesn't. Pacal has won a space race victory. 2067 AD, turn 487, and Pacal II is now within 1 point of Catherine, down at the bottom of the table. This was so important. Congratulations, Pacal II. a game this was. Too bad we don't see the launches of spaceships in the world history here, because then we would have seen both of them launching it. However, Pacal II won the space race victory 2067 AD. There was one war in the game. Catherine declared in 1940, turned 360, winning 5-0 in city captures. Peace treaty in 1958, turned 378, so 18 turns and years in war until the peace treaty. Also, there were 2 new records. Catherine did incorporate Sid Sushi in 1949, turned 369. The old record was 1973, turned 393. Cereal Mills, Catherine incorporated in 1973, turned 393, and the old record was in 2015, turned 435. She also did incorporate 6 out of the 7 corporations. That must be a record, even though I don't have noted that down. I think it is. The only corporation she did not get was Aluminum Co. She did get every one of the other 6. Let's take a look at the stats and graphs and stuff. Here we are, and Catherine is the red, and Pacal II is the tan, lightish blue. This is the score. We have the GNP, we have the production, we have the food, the power, the culture, and the espionage. Let's go take a look at the demographics numbers then, with Catherine's numbers to the left and Pacal's numbers to the right. Catherine ended the game with over 5,000 GNP. I wonder how many of those are cultural points. 91.6 million in population versus 70.4 million. Let's go take a look at the top 6 cities and wonders then. Bottom to see there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wonders in the BC era and rest in the ADs. We see the top 6 cities. Catherine with Yaroslav at the top, also the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and then Pacal II had the 5th city and Catherine had the 6th. The stats then from the game: Catherine, 17 cities built, 2 religions, 2 golden ages, currently on 49 towns, 36 windmills, 32 farms. She did build a total of 22 forges and barracks, 20 granaries, theatres and airports, down to 9 castles. Page down to see page 2, we see the Temple of Solomon. Page down again to see Versailles as the last building built by Catherine. And you can of course see Sid Sushi, Standard Ethanol, Mining Inc., Creative Construction, Civilized Jewelers, everything you ever want to see. Let's go back to the top and see the current units then. 73 mechanized infantry, 28 marines, 21 workers, down to 1 fighter. Let's go page down to see, no, that fighter was probably, yes, the fighter was the last one. Okay, she trained a total of 54 Sid Sushi executive, 37 workers, 34 creative construction executives, down to 8 artilleries here. Page down again to see 1 anti-tank. Let's go page down again and see 1 privateer at the bottom of the list of units trained. Let's take a look at the kills. 21 infantries, 14 destroyers, 10 cavalries, down to 1 Islamic missionary, and her losses were 12 artillery, 9 infantry, 8 destroyers, down to 1 privateer. Pacal II's numbers then. He built 31 cities, 5 religions, 2 golden ages, currently on 51 windmills, 42 lumber mills and 26 towns he did build in his cities, 30 granaries, 29 lighthouses, 28 theatres, barracks and harbours, 7 Christian temples, and we see 1 Broadway at the bottom there. Page down again and we see the Great Wall, and we have to go page down even again. And that was actually the last. Yes, the Great Wall was the last, so let's go to the top and let's look at the current units then. 62 mechanized infantry, 36 marines, 27 workers, down to 1 battleship. He did train a total of 68 workers, 35 marines, 31 settlers, down to 5 cannons. Let's go page down. 1 mobile artillery. Let's go page down again and see 1 attack submarine as the last unit trained. Let's confirm the kills. 12 artilleries, 9 infantries, 8 destroyers, down to 1 privateer, and the losses: 21 infantries, 14 destroyers, 10 cavalries, down to 1 worker, and let's go take a look at the victory condition screen. This was a close race. We see Pacal II with only 1 engine, Catherine with only 4 casings, yet both of them did launch the spaceship. They were not really close to culture, very far away from Orenburg for Catherine, so that was not an option, and they were evenly matched in both world population and land area, and also in score. Let's go all the way down here. Apostolic Palace was not even built, but Pacal II did build the United Nations. Let's go exit and take a look at the cities though. Catherine with 21 of them. Here we have them, sort by population. St. Petersburg, 26 pops, Rostov 23, and a lot of 22s and 21s and stuff. They are happy with 1 exception of Murmansk. They are healthy with the 4 exceptions. Very good food and very good base commerce. 127 Moscow, 101 St. Petersburg, 98 also Rostov, and a couple of other goods. And we see also the production was quite good. Let's go take a look at the cities of Pacal II then. Pacal II, okay, he has 27 cities. Let's sort by population. Yes, we are at the top. Isan Kanak, Pop 23, Nakbe 21, and some 20s and 19s and stuff. They are happy, they are healthy with good food, with good base commerce, a lot of 90s and 70s and stuff. And then we have good production as well. Sian Khan is the last on page 1, so let's go to the bottom. Sian Khan and Tonina is the only city left on page 2. Spoiler alert, results and updated league tables follows after this screen. Congratulations Pacal II then with the Space Race Victory 2067 turn 487. This means when you are looking at the table, Catherine is still 15th with 7 points and plus minus 0. Pacal II still 18th, but now with 6 points and a negative 24 score turn difference. There is only 1 point separating Pacal II from Mansa Musa, Saladin and Catherine. Of course, Saladin and Mansa Musa has not yet played this round. If they lose, oh man, this is going to be so interesting. The battle to avoid relegation is on for sure. It's heating up. What a race we are going to get. Well, that was it. I am Kjotleik. This has been the Noble Leaders League, and we have another game coming up, and that is Cyrus versus Pericles. And that one too is going to be interesting. See you later.